thank you so much everyone for joining us today for our October virtual Coffee and Commerce event presented by Michael J. Frailey and Larry D. Markley of the FRM Group and presented by Lehigh Valley Hospital Pocono. At this time, I ask that everyone please mute your microphones and turn off your video to limit any interruptions. I will invite you to unmute and resume the video later on in this program during Q&A. So in just a few minutes, two of our amazing reps from the FRM Group will dive into living well and working well. They'll go into depth on combating pandemic fatigue, financial and family wellness, and the Frailey team, as well as the 2020 Angels for Aging campaign. And they even are going to give us a very exciting announcement today. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to submit them in the chat box or wait to ask them live at the end during the Q&A session. So I would also like to recognize today's sponsor, Lehigh Valley Hospital Pocono. Thank you so much, Dr. Kors, for joining us today. Dr. Kors is the Chief Medical Officer for Lehigh Valley Hospital Poconos. Truly, without your support, we would not be able to provide such resourceful and relevant programs to our membership. So for that, we are really grateful. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Dr. Kors to take over the floor and offer us some sponsor remarks this morning.
So thank you very much, and it's our pleasure to act as a sponsor. So we're about 8 months into the pandemic. Everybody is tired, fatigued, we get it, and this is exactly the time not to let down your guard. So my message today is very, very simple. We really need to continue to do some preventive measures. That includes wearing masks, wearing them properly. I see so many people with the mask hanging around their necks or down around their mouths, not covering their nose. That's not very effective. We need to keep the physical distance. We need to do hand washing. I encourage everybody to get a flu vaccination if you've not already. That will not prevent COVID, but it will help to prevent flu, which we are now coming right into flu season. And I think the last thing that I really want to emphasize is for people who have medical problems, please, please don't ignore it because you're fearful about coming for care. If you go on our website, lvhn.org, there's a tab, the COVID-19 Help Center, that explains everything about COVID that you possibly could want to know. And it also shows you the options that are being offered to make sure that you get care for your underlying medical conditions. That includes virtual visits, video visits, walk-in care, being able to register from your car, providing hand sanitizer, showing the cleaning that we do between visits. And I really have to emphasize that we don't want to see you in our emergency room with an illness that could have, should have been taken care of earlier. So please all take care of yourself. We're in this together. And for other people who, there's also a social media site, hashtag LVHN COVID Strong, that provides a lot of information and support. So thank you all. That's what I have for today.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kors. And, you know, many of you have all been to our in-person events as well lately. And I just want to thank Lehigh Valley Hospital Pocono again, because they have provided us with masks, hand sanitizer, resources, anything we can possibly need to make sure that when we are doing events in person, that they are very safe and, you know, COVID safety friendly. So thank you so much again. So now I would like to introduce today's speakers from the FRM Group, Michael J. Frailey and Larry D. Markley. For those of you who don't know, the Frailey team has been in business here in the Poconos for more than 80 plus years. So Mike and Larry, thank you so much for joining us today, and the floor is yours.
Thanks very much, Liz. We're excited and happy to be with everyone this morning. It's a beautiful day in the Poconos, and so we're glad that we could join with everyone here online today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and hopefully we should all be able to see that now.
Yep, it looks fantastic.
All right, great. So Getting excited about insurance. Well, that's not always something that everybody gets excited about, but our team sure does. It's something that we've done for quite some time, and really, I guess our excitement comes from our mission. So I'll share that with you. There we go. So this is kind of a brief outline of what we'll cover today. I thought it'd be good just to share or show everybody what we will be talking about. So we'll be talking about a little bit about insurance, something that we know a little bit about. We'll be talking about living well and working well, and two areas in particular, obviously combating pandemic fatigue and then financial and family wellness. So we'll share that a little bit. And then we do have some exciting news, and Larry will be sharing that with you. And then finally, our 2020 Angels for Aging. And we have an invitation for all of you to participate. And so we'll share a little bit more about that. As Liz said, we'll probably hold most of the Q&A to the end. This isn't meant to be extremely formal, so Larry and I will go back and forth a little bit as we proceed through and as we want to share some specific thoughts with you. But this gives you kind of a sense of the breadth of what we'll cover today. So here's our mission, our firm's mission, and that is to add and engage clients in lifelong relationships by developing personalized insurance and financial programs that maximize value and adequately protect what matters most. And that last few words, protecting what matters most, again, is really kind of what motivates us and excites us in our business and in our work with families and individuals every day. As Liz mentioned, we have been in business, Frailey Insurance and Financial Services, for more than 83 years now. Third generation local business, very involved in community. We happen to believe that community works best when businesses connect with each other and when they're active in giving back. And Dr. Kors, thank you for your remarks this morning. And a couple of my team actually are recipients and benefiting from those masks. So thanks very much. Talking a little bit about combating pandemic fatigue. So Dr. Kors mentioned those very words, and we're going to share some follow-up information with you. So you don't have to, write a lot of notes this morning because we're going to share a lot of the information with you post-event. But we are social creatures. People are social. We like to be together. We need to be together. And certainly our pandemic has changed how we connect in many cases. Although fortunately, more recently, we've been able to connect a little bit in person. And yes, with all of those appropriate practices, but certainly it's good to be together. People are definitely tired of staying at home. Even those at risk that have been very diligent and very careful, when you don't have that connection and sometimes even that face-to-face, if you will, the ability to look at someone in the same room, that makes a big difference. Certainly, incidence of depression has risen significantly. And so that, again, comes from the fact that we're social creatures. We need to be in connection with each other. So just a few ideas we'll share with you this morning that can help combat pandemic fatigue. So trying new exercises or activities, and this is a great time of year. And of course, we're in the Poconos. So we like in the Poconos to be out of doors, right? So we'll encourage you to get out and go hiking, cycling. When we were kids, we used to tell each other, go fly a kite. Well, it's a great time to go fly a kite, actually. The wind's blowing a little bit here in October, and it's just great to be out and have those carefree experiences. Hunting season has arrived. And so again, in the Poconos and throughout Pennsylvania, 1 million or more people will take to the woods. And so it's just, again, activities that get us out, get us in the fresh air, get us moving, and in some cases, many cases, get us connected to others safely. Another thing that might seem somewhat trite, but is important, is saying it out loud. So actually talking about those anxieties, talking about, your hopes, your dreams, your frustrations, but actually connecting and talking it out, not just thinking about it, not just holding it in, but sharing it. And just by sharing it verbally many times, that lightens the burden a little bit and enables us to get a little bit more sense of peace and calm. Again, connecting with family and friends virtually or outdoors, again, provides opportunity to share and to release some of those pandemic fatigue anxieties. Now, this one I can't speak with great authority on, but I'll say try new recipes, make new things, involve family. I know a lot of families are in the same space and have been since March. Many of our families are working from home, schooling from home, and so involving families in new activities or even in a day-to-day activity like making food and making things for the family to eat. That's actually a neat way to both teach and train at the same time as have that family time and connection. How about trying healthier ways to make your classics, whatever those things are that you make routinely and that you like? Maybe try something a little different. And there are many, many different fruits that are growing right now and that are in season. We put a few of those on your screen this morning. So these are good things to eat in addition to being maybe a little different or things that you can use in those recipes. Many of you like music. We have lots of events under normal circumstances in the Poconos, and we've had some throughout the summer in particular. I know Shawnee continues to host events out on their lawn. And so sharing music, listening to music. We all have the technology today that allows us to have the little earbud in our ear or just, you know, since we're stuck at home many times, turn up that volume and just enjoy it. Reading's always a great activity. Reading actually is a way, again, to kind of put you in another space, to get you out of your current mindset and your current confinement maybe a little bit and allow you to explore and to read and to kind of dream and go wherever that author is taking you. So that's a great activity. And as we said before, just getting outside and enjoying our Poconos beauty. I happen to like 4 seasons, but I have to tell you, in the Poconos, when fall arrives and the leaves are changing, I can't imagine a prettier place to be really on the face of the earth. So it's just a great time to be out and about. This particular screen and these events show you something that we shared in our most recent newsletter. And so these are a lot of great events that are happening right now. So when you're getting outside, you might go to a pumpkin patch. You might tackle that corn maze. Take someone that has a really either a photographic memory that when they look at the outline of the maze, they can just walk you through it, or maybe take some snacks in case you get stuck in there for a few hours and it you know, passes a meal time. We have spooky events. We have hay rides around the vineyard. So I'm sure, Linda, you can share with the team, and you have those set up and running, which is great. Our local historical farm is doing some spooky days as well. So just lots of neat events and things to do either individually or with the family. And so we'll just really encourage you to get out and take advantage of those. I'm going to actually turn it over to Larry, and Larry, I'll ask you to share some of our exciting news and our big announcements of what we have going right now.
Sounds good, Michael. Thank you. My name is Larry Markley. My business is located in Carbon County. And Michael and I met back in 1997, and we found that throughout the years that our business models and styles were very similar. In August of 2018, we began to discuss partnering and creating the FRM Group. These changes allowed us to better transition from an insurance-focused firm to a more complete risk management approach. Our style is still based on consult. We're consultative people. We're not just sell it and leave it. We sit down and spend a lot of time with our clients. And our focus is going to continue to include insurance products. And we'll talk more about the variety of those products a little bit later on, but insurance is still going to be a big part of what we do. Financial planning, we have an entire suite of financial products, both financial or insurance-based, but also in a more management style, which is really exciting. Risk management involves all those things, including, as Mike said earlier, life planning and helping people achieve their goals and just just giving them some guidance where those folks might need it. For both our business and our personal relationships, we have loss control services. We have access to a great suite of those, and many times, and most of the times, they're actually at no charge to our client, including human resources. We can help them find or create policy manuals and employee handbooks, and so really we try to round out our relationships. As Mike said earlier, we're looking for lifetime relationships, and certainly what we cannot offer our clients, we can help guide them to the professionals out there that can.
Larry, if I might interject, from an HR perspective, one of the things that we've noticed over the years is that businesses many times, particularly when you're looking at your insurance program, insurance companies are looking at you as well, and they're all about risk, right? So they want to know, what does this company look like? What is it that they do that's similar to others in their field? What is it that they do that is different? And so what type of risk are you? So part of this particular focus, part of the whole idea of policy manuals, employee handbooks, policies and procedures, in some cases, safety committees from a work comp perspective, a lot of this, we find that our fellow business owners in our communities really don't have all that in place. And so part of what we're doing in taking this comprehensive approach is making sure that we help you be a better risk and we help you look like a better risk. So when we are marketing insurance and we're trying to get carriers that are not only interested, but that are going to put an aggressive package together, a big part of that is making you and your firm that better risk and making you look better, if you will, than your peers and then the average, so to speak. So that becomes very important, not only in terms of our work with our clients, but it becomes important in terms of our work within the insurance carrier. And Larry and I have both talked over the years about how we're not just quote unquote selling with our client, we're actually selling our client to the carrier as well.
That's a good point, Mike. In fact, we probably spend equal amount of time selling our client to the insurance carrier as we do trying to acquire that client, that person as a client. So it really is a big piece of what we do. And we are continuing to grow, and we're hoping to find every opportunity to grow with partnering with our fellow business owners and just creating those relationships and seeing how we can better help one another grow. There's nothing more exciting than to see a business grow in your community and help them grow. We're looking to add experienced team members. We're in our growth experiences that we're having right now. We're finding that we need more help, but we're looking for those qualified people and people who are prepared to be licensed for all the things that we need them to do. And we're also partnering with other insurance owners. We're at that stage now where a lot of folks are looking to transition, perhaps have an exit strategy for their own businesses, and we're looking to grow with partnering with those folks also. So really by when Mike and I guess the big announcement today is that the Frailey Insurance and Financial Services and the Markley Insurance and Financial Services is partnering to create the FRM Group, which is what you're seeing all over your screen. And it's really quite exciting. You already know enough about Mike and you know a little bit about me. And at the end of the day, we're just looking to create better opportunities for us to create better opportunities for our clients and our members. Mike will be sending out a little later on to everyone a one-pager, which really kind of breaks down much of what we do. It's not fully, encompasses everything, but it's a good overview. It tells you about the various things we do for businesses and the various financial services and the products that we offer along those lines. And not everything is insurance, especially on the financial side. It's exciting for what we're able to do now for our clients, just right from the accumulation process of assets to the distribution of those assets. We can walk with a client from start to finish and do it quite well. We've now partnered with the FRM Group. We now have more insurance carriers than we've ever had. That's exciting because it's not one size fits all. And sometimes you just need to be able to offer the right product to that client. And by this creation of the FRM Group, we're able to do that. And again, you'll find that on that one pager. It's really, does a nice job explaining the various products that we offer and some of the various carriers that we're now partnering with. So Mike, I'm not sure if you want to take over a little bit here, and if you have anything to add, please do.
Sure. So as Larry said, you can see on your screen, you know, whether it's business insurance, personal insurance, financial services, these are obviously three big areas that we work in. All of those do come along with really the whole concept, and the overarching concept is risk management and helping individuals, families, businesses to assess that, to plan for it, and then to pick the right strategy for them in their respective industries and businesses, and to make sure that their insurance and their financial planning, that their goal and life planning is really on track, and that it's getting them where they want to be. I thought I'd show you briefly here. This gives you a little snippet of our team currently. And as Larry mentioned, we're always looking to expand our team. We're constantly seeking individuals really that first and foremost care about people, because our business, as many of our businesses, is a people business. And just working with our community members, our community businesses, our business partners, is all about helping each other. And so you really have to care about people. Certainly we like people that are organized and that are aggressive in terms of their goals, their career goals. So I actually put down there our website currently that has an application online. And so if you know someone, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, in the pandemic, again, we've seen so many people that have shifted either work locations, that unfortunately in many cases maybe have had to even look at job changes, looking at a new career opportunity. And so if you're aware of any of those folks that just could really consider maybe making a change, again, first and foremost, those that care about people, we would encourage you to point them to our site and our application, and to consider joining our FRM Group team. All right, so Carol Ann, why don't you share with the group here a little bit about a special project that we have that we've enjoyed participating in for a number of years, and then maybe you can invite them to join us.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Carol Amboyer, the marketing advisor for the FRM Group. As Mike mentioned, we truly believe in our mission statement, and that is community involvement. We believe it's our responsibility to be involved and always to give back. For the past 8 years, our firm has been partnering with Monroe County Area Agency on Aging and local nursing facilities to bring Christmas cheer to seniors. Through our Angels for Aging campaign, we're able to put smiles on their faces by giving them a gift, showing that someone is remembering them during the holidays. This year, we're happy to announce we're hosting our annual campaign at both of our locations. That's Stroudsburg and also Lehigh. All you need to do is come into our offices starting on Monday, November 2nd. Take a tag off our tree, return the gift and the tag, and wrap your gift by Friday, December 4th. Remember, this might be the only gift a senior receives this Christmas, so please plan to stop by one of our offices and pick up a tag. And always remember, we are looking to partner with other businesses and local organizations. You will find it can be a lot of fun, it can be very creative, and it's always rewarding. So please stop by, pick up a tag, and make a senior happy. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol Ann. And I have to say, we've gotten a number of after Christmas cards, notes, comments from those who have received the gifts. And there's two things that strike me in this particular program that really is humbling. First is we know kids, right? We were all kids. And when you were a kid, you were just so excited for Christmas, and you had a list many times that was 1.5 pages long and certainly involved lots of toys and fun things, etc. What you'll find when you pick up a tag off of our trees in our offices this year is you'll find requests for the very basics of life. You'll find requests for clothing like socks, like pajamas. You know, the really extreme and fun gift that you'll see might be a little radio so that they have something to play in their particular room. So it really is quite humbling when you look at what is being requested. And then after the fact, many times the thanks and the notes and cards that we get just really is emotional and really reminds us all how thankful we should be and how blessed we really are. Speaking of tags, here are the taglines that we've used for our firms, and that many have become very familiar with. Think Frailey first, or make Markley your first choice. So we'd like all of you to think Frailey first, or make Markley your first choice. And now that we're the FRM Group, we welcome all of you to connect with us with your thoughts, your ideas, your comments, certainly even from this event today. Please share with us, share your feedback, share your perspective on what you're hearing, and again, how we work together in our communities. As I mentioned, we're very fortunate, we're very blessed, we're very thankful just to get up today, to be able to connect with you, to share together, certainly to help make sure that our personal, our businesses, and our community's wellness and standard of life is improved and is meaningful and is the best that it can be for all involved. So with that, we'll conclude the formal portion. We do find, even though I know Liz gave us a time slot here that's a little bit longer, the virtual experience is best when it's just a little bit shorter than we expected. So we'll move now to the Q&A section. And Liz, if you want to either open lines or if anyone has questions that they'd like to ask, we sure would be happy to engage with you and answer those.
Well, thank you so much, Michael, and thank you, Larry and Carol Ann, for speaking today. So yeah, like Michael said, I would now like to invite any of our audience members to please feel free to turn your camera on, mute your mic, any questions, comments you may have. We'd love to hear it. And while our attendees are, unmuting, I just want to say last year, the Chamber actually was able to participate in the Angels for Aging campaign. And when you say people ask for simple things, that is the truest thing, because I remember last year, the one gentleman, all he wanted was ginger ale and mints. And that's what he had on his request. And it truly was an amazing thing to participate in last year. And I think now more than ever, our seniors, quite frankly, are lonely, and they want to have a good Christmas. And I know the Chamber loves to participate in that. We're happy to share it. So I encourage anyone who's attending today to please consider doing that this holiday season, because it really does make a difference in these seniors' lives. But with that, I truly would like to invite anyone to please unmute and ask any questions or share any comments you may have.
I'd also be interested to hear if anyone, what were your ideas, or what have you done differently to combat pandemic fatigue? So what is it that you've been doing that has helped you remain sane and keep a positive perspective?
So this is Bill Kors from Pocono. So I have been building a model railroad for, oh my God, better part of my adult life. And I've made significant progress over the past year, because there's nothing else to divert me from going downstairs and creating a world of my own making. And it's beautiful to watch it come together.
That's great. Now we'll need to see a photo, or you're going to have to post that somewhere, Bill, so we can see this when it's being developed.
It's almost ready to be posted. I'm not sure we're quite there yet, but my gosh, there is progress.
No, that's good.
Who else?
Gene, it is ironic. I'm in better shape now than ever before because I've had nothing to do. So I have a treadmill. I bought some hand weights. My son is in the service. He left a bicycle. So I'm riding a bike every day, but you couldn't get me to exercise before. And I've been doing that. And then, my karaoke skills have not improved, but my Madden skills have improved. I've learned how to play that. But yeah, just working out it's crazy. I never had the time before. Now I've got plenty of time.
Well, that's a great relief.
Just to come later on, okay?
Well, it's funny you should say that because in the past, I've always been a runner, but because I'm getting older, my knees are getting older as well. So unfortunately, I had to cut down on running, and I've always skied. And this year's ski season is going to be quite different than in the past.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is I've taken up cycling like you have.
Okay.
And I try to get out 3 times a week. And that's probably something I probably would not have been so committed to in the past, but it gets me out of the house. It gets me outside in the beautiful weather, and it's just really great exercise. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, great.
I'm doing a little bit more walking around the farm. So it's beautiful out here. In fact, I just had a friend message me, and we're going to be walking as soon as we get off this call. I take my dogs around the farm, but at the winery, as Michael posted, we are conducting hay wagon rides Saturdays in October. And unfortunately, I can only take half of the amount of folks that we've taken in the past because of having the social distance. But the folks love it, the guests love it, and we love it. And I actually, this year, Randy used to do the tour himself, and then he would stop the tractor and talk about each different section of the vineyard, and it would take him an hour to complete a round. And now I go with him and I talk the whole time he's driving. And for me, that's just been so helpful with stress relief, just interacting with guests. So for me, that's the fun part of it, interacting every opportunity I have, chatting with them. And we put just installed infrared heaters on our porch. The wraparound porch we have at the winery, they were just installed last week. So we'll be able to have guests out there all winter, and it's nice and toasty out there.
You create an envelope of warmth. That's great.
Yeah, but there's still enough air movement. We have vinyl curtains down, but there's enough air movement in there, so guests feel comfortable, so that they're not totally enclosed.
Great. Well, that's doing something a little differently. That's a great idea, Linda.
We can't have guests inside, even though we have, with the restrictions that have been imposed, Governor Wolf has us having to include staff in that number. So I have more staff on a given Saturday, probably than the maximum. Well, they go in and out of the building, but so I can't have regular customers in there because I have too many staff. Now that we have to do tableside service instead of walk up to a bar and order a drink. So very challenging, but we're making it work.
That's what small businesses do, right? We figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah, for sure.
Terrific.
Michael.
Yes, Richard.
Yeah, hey, so congratulations on teaming up with Markley, and really good luck with that joint venture, or new firm, I guess you call it there.
Thank you.
And I wish you well. In the category of trying new recipes, I did so just this morning, and here's what I did. I put chocolate chips in my oatmeal. Hey, It's a small thing, I know, but it's a big thing for me. Anyway, I got to tell you, it was awesome.
You know, Richard, I'm glad you shared that. That might just be a recipe even I can handle.
Yeah, isn't it? Yes, this is a recipe for the guys. Yeah, there you go. So I recommend it.
Well, oatmeal is heart healthy, right? So that's a good thing. And the only thing, I guess, if I had to be really focused on healthy and living well, we'd have to ask if the chocolate chips were dark chocolate or milk chocolate.
They were dark chocolate Ghirardelli dark chocolate chips. So yes, I'm healthy. I'm healthy this morning. I don't know if Dr. Kors agrees with that so much, but between us guys, we can.
Very good. Congratulations. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for sharing time with us today. And Liz, we really appreciate the Chamber hosting these events and coordinating them and making sure that they come off without a hitch. So thanks so much for your support as well. We wish everyone a great day in the Poconos, a great fall day, and just, again, enjoy your time, get out there, enjoy the outdoors and the beauty around us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. And just a reminder to everyone on today's Zoom that we will be sharing the link. This event was recorded. It'll be on our Facebook, and we will also be sharing a link in the recap email later this afternoon. So please feel free to share today's information with your friends and colleagues. As always, we have a very busy November coming up, so please be sure to follow us on social media and go to our website, www.poconochamber.org, to stay up to date on all things Chamber. The Chamber is here to serve you for all your business needs, so please feel free to call our office at any time. Thank you so much to the FRM Group for joining us today, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. So thank you all so much again. This concludes today's presentation.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
Congrats, Michael.
Thank you. Good day.